I worked for Apple for 8 years and left Apple 2017 to start Nex. And Nex now built Nex Playground, an active play system for kids and families. This is a device that, will be sitting in the center of your living room, connected to the TV. It's a camera and detect your motion, and we create active play experiences on the device. Basically games that get you to move, bring the family together.
Once you buy the hardware, you would just need to update the software every now and then to be getting new games that you guys create.
So you buy the hardware, and we have 5 games bundled with the hardware already. We have the rest of the library available as a subscription, and you get game updates, you get new games for the whole year. For us, it's important to innovate, important to push boundary, and having a persistent relationship with our customer, meaning that our customer actually supporting us to innovate more for them.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. My name is Andres Vieira, and I'm going to be your host for the day. This show is brought to you by the Global Talent Company. We're helping fast-growing teams hire exceptional remote talent from Argentina, South Africa, and beyond. We connect companies with world-class professionals who bring skill, reliability, and global perspective to every role. And just for our listeners today, we're offering an exclusive 10% discount on your first hire. So all you need to do is visit globaltalent.co, click Start Hiring, and mention the podcast listener discount when we get in touch. And with me here today, I am speaking with David Lee, Chief Executive Officer and Co-founder at Nex, a company that is helping families reconnect with the joy of movement through fun, social, and interactive content that's accessible to all ages. So, David, how's it going, man? It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
No problem at all. We're super excited to also have you be on this episode and really learn everything about what you've been doing, what Nex is. So, David, in order to start putting the audience a bit more in context here, would you be able to give us a brief overview of your background and maybe in your own words, what Nex is?
So Nex is a company that my second startup. I worked for Apple for 8 years and left Apple 2017 to start Nex. And Nex now built Nex Playground, an active play system for kids and families. And we sell quite a lot of them already. I think 350,000 units so far in the US. This is a device that, will be sitting in the center of your living room, connected to the TV. It's a camera and detect your motion, and we create active play experiences on the device. Basically games that get you to move, bring the family together. And we're excited about what we have delivered to the customer so far, and excited about what we're going to deliver to the customer in the future. So that's a high level of what we are.
And okay, I would love to know, David, what was your kind of like aha moment when you noticed that there was this opportunity in the market to create Nex Playground, and what specifically, brought you to actually do this endeavor of creating this I want to say video game, but I feel it's not technically a video game, so it's kind of like a way to play with the TV.
Yeah, so a living room is actually a space that brings people together. And I will kind of tell you a little bit about how we get started. When we get started, we with Nex, the first thing we do is not Nex Playground or motion games or active play experiences. We start with a mobile app called Home Court, which get people to kind of play better basketball. So it's a basketball training app. So if you search for basketball app today, Home Court probably still will be your very first hit. So we're the first company. We use computer vision to you can set up a phone on a tripod, pointing at a basketball court. As you shoot, you count your make miss, you track your angle, you track how fast you move, how high you jump in real time, and it's a wonderful tool for basketball players to hone their shots. And this is the original of the company. I think it spent like 18 months building it up. And is now still tracking over 150,000 shots a day. It's a pretty incredible piece of software that do a very specific task, track basketball shot. So some of my investors told me that wow, for 1,000 company that would start with building a basketball training app, probably only one company would end up having like a game console type hardware. So the journey is like very atypical. So what happened is that, we get started, we build a great tool, MBA invested in the company. We thought, wow, we can basically take this basketball training, app to globally. But we went through a pandemic. In the pandemic, like, oh, would people still play basketball in the pandemic? Like get together? Kind of hard to imagine that. But HomeCourt app actually went viral. But what went viral is not the shot tracking capabilities, but we have a lot of like mini interactive training games in it. The games that train your reaction, the game that train your ball handling, those are the things that went viral. So in the pandemic, we take those things out, we create another app called Active Arcade. Active Arcade ran viral again. Apparently, people really want something like this in their life, something that basically is get them to move, make it fun, and we look into how the user been using the Active Arcade app. We find that like the bigger the screen, the better the engagement, the better the retention, and the bigger screen is the TV. So if you compare retention of people who use Active Arcade on the phone versus on TV, it's 10x. Is quickly tell, oh, we are actually building for the wrong platform. And I've been, go around, just want to search for like a 65-inch iPad. Cannot find it. Eventually build one ourselves, and that's Nex Playground. And we keep building game, keep making it better, and hit like a pretty massive product market fit with Nex Playground.
Wow, that is so cool because like I am a video game enthusiast, so I really like everything that has to do with tech and gaming. And then now hearing what you've created with this Nex Playground, it's just so interesting. And then once you buy the hardware, you would just need to update the software every now and then to be getting new games that you guys create, or then just seeing what else is available for Nex Playground.
Yep. So we keep things very simple. So you buy the hardware, and we have 5 games bundled with the hardware already. So you buy it, you can play it, right away. There are 5 games included. We have the rest of the library available as a subscription. So just one simple, sustainable business model, and help us basically offer all the content we create and will create in the future for you. The subscription costs $89 a year, and the access to everything that we create and add to the playground. So it does not require you to buy individual games. All the games would come with the subscription services. And you get game updates, you get new games for the whole year. And we hope that we can serve your family really well, so you can earn an idea of your business for the next year. So that's how we think about business. Keep it very simple. We want to serve our customer with our best, and keep it simple and easy to understand.
I love that. And especially with something like a moment that you're creating for family time, you want to produce the less friction as possible, just so that you can make sure they spend they enjoy the moment the most, and not have to be worrying about other stuff that might just affect the afternoon that they want to spend, or their Sunday morning or something like that. So I totally understand that, David.
Yeah, for us, it's important to innovate, important to push boundary, and having a persistent relationship with our customer, meaning that our customer actually supporting us to innovate more for them. If I open it up for like many different games, and we may not be as curated, we have a curated experiences. Oh, we have some new ideas there. We can invest in resources into those new ideas. So keep it innovative, keep it very customer oriented. We are serving a group of customers already who is on a subscription plan with us. We learn them, we know about them better. We want to serve them better with every update, every new games.
And David, now moving on to a bit more on the marketing aspect of Nex, and specifically Nex Playground. How was it when you finalized creating the hardware, and when you had the idea totally set up? Then in order to market that, what was your angle? Because I feel you are also competing with a lot of legacy brands, and there's a lot of static in the gaming industry. So how are you able to set yourselves apart? Is it by making it and making the consumer understand that it's for the family and it's to spend a better time, which is something that I feel video games aren't too aligned with. It's more of like the independent solitary person playing in their room. So I'm not sure how you went about that.
Yeah, so I can share a little bit about our journey. We first have our, like, as a like hardware company, we always need to able to find that initial audience, serve them really well, and grow from there. So what happened is in 2023, we only create 5,000 units. That's all we can create. We create 5,000 units. We have our pre-order campaign. We sold through all 5,000 units before Thanksgiving. So way before Thanksgiving, 2023, we sold through all of them. And our goal at that time, I remember I bring the whole company together, and we only have one goal and one goal only, to make sure there's 5,000 people who got our first generation hardware really happy with what we created. The hardware, the OS, the games on it, make sure that they're really, really happy. And they are. And into 2024, we make a pretty bold move. We send samples to Walmart, Target, and Best Buy.
Wow.
People said that it would take us 2 years to get into retail. And the great news we had then last year is that everyone come back and want to carry the product in the second year of existence. So we were at 1,000 stores last year, 2024. And with that is more like building our ecosystem together, that is with the retail partners, with our IP partners, our internal game studios, our studio partners, keep building this ecosystem, keep building a distribution. And in 2025, we expanded 1,000 stores to now over 5,000 stores. And in over 4,000 of them, we actually have retail demo. So it would say, like, because we are doing our a product that is a physical component, meaning that, like, when you see other people dancing and playing Foot Ninja or rolling a bowling ball, you understand what this product do. So we put a pretty big emphasis on our retail demo and want to make sure that, hey, people can get a try of the product, in a store, as a way to, consider, like, whether this product should be going into their lives. So that's like a little bit more journey, like how we go from 5,000, 150,000 last year. This year, we forecast to probably at least do 500,000 units.
No, that is crazy, David. And honestly, I just love how organic the growth was, because it was just making sure that the 5,000 people you sent or you sold the product to were very happy. But I love, as you mentioned it, I love the boldness of the move of sending a sample
The samples.
to Walmart, Target, and what was the third one you mentioned?
Best Buy.
Walmart? Best Buy. That was when you mentioned the physical demo in the place. I imagined myself in Best Buy. I remember the last time I went to the States, I got to try out one of those new VRs, the MetaQuest 3 or something like that. But it's the best way to get the consumer to want your product without being too pushy and leaving them to decide, like, oh, this is cool, I could see this in my house. So I love that. And in terms then of marketing, have you really had to do much of it to make sure that you stay relevant, or with being on the retailer shelves and just being present in those stores that people go about every day, have you felt that the growth has been more natural without needing to actually invest in social media campaigns and user-generated content and all that?
Well, we have a full funnel marketing mix. So we actually do a lot outside of that as well. And we have an omnichannel approach that, we want to meet customer where they are. We want to amplify, like, the story that, customers share. And I think it all rooted from that. We want to build a great product that the customer would talk about, and would share with their friends, and would leave us really good reviews. I think all begin with having a good product first. And then obviously then we would, selectively pick channels to amplify those stories, to amplify, we have a new game coming, and we have a new game with, like, Barbie. We have new game with Kung Fu Panda. We have new game with Bluey. And we've been keep doing this as we like bring more really amazing franchise on board of our system. And we certainly, want to kind of create a great social media presence as well. So I would say, I think of our marketing as like, 3 steps is how I think about it, how we think about our marketing. And we have places where, when you heard about the product from a friend, you would want to come in and have a conversation with us. Like, it's like our website is our like retail presence, as the retail demo is our the product description page on Amazon and Walmart and Target and Best Buy and Sam's Club, our social media presence. So when people, I heard about this company and want to hear more about us and want to kind of visit one of our properties, like we want to have those, those places we have like, communicate the product to you and want to make sure that you have good experience getting into one of those touch points with us. So that's number 1. Second would be, hey, we do performance marketing too, and basically bring you back to the conversation that you have started. A little bit more like how I think about it is bring you back to the conversation you have started. We have new things, we have new games, and now, you can continue the conversation with us, understand us better to facilitate our purchase decisions. We are selling like a $249 product is our considered purchase. It's not an impulse purchase. So as we go through the journey, certainly we want to kind of, in every single instances, we want to kind of build trust. We also want to kind of serve our existing customer really well so that, you hear from them how they love it.
They're still paying a monthly subscription, right? Your existing customers, they need to pay every single month to keep on being able to access the full possibilities of Next Playground, right?
Yep. So we are on, we only offer a quarterly plan or an annual plan at the moment. So we are not doing a monthly plan yet. And the reason why is that we want to kind of build a like little bit deeper, longer relationship with our customers, because we are building game. We like that. Hey, give us a chance to serve you for a year. For the year, last year we shipped close to 20 games and many more game updates. And next year we also want to kind of do like even more content for our customer into the next year. But we are maybe shifting more focus onto updating the games because we know which game people like. And some of the game, I think we would be more like a live ops approach, like, for the game. And so that like people who love the game get the content they want. And this is the process of like keep building. So we talk about like, the performance marketing help us like continue the conversation, and the brand marketing, is really about like how to kind of start more conversation with more people. By basically clearly defining to them like who we are, what we are doing, and if you like, what we're doing, or if you'd like to look like, one of our customers. So this like we amplify, authentic customer story with our marketing engine to bring more people into the mix to go through that journey with us, and hopefully at some point they make up their mind to start a relationship, a real formal customer relationship with Nex. So that's how we think about our marketing strategy.
And I feel that it sounds totally logical in the way of how you would approach this from the type of company and the industry that you're within. You need to create this type of trust and bring them back to the conversation, because buying I was going to say a console, which is pretty much what I feel it is, that you put on your living room. It's always a contemplated purchase, as you mentioned. So I totally agree with that. And David, is the marketing you guys create, and I feel I know the answer to this, but is it more tailored to the kids or the parents of the family when you're asking them and showing them all the features, different games, new updates? I'm just wondering if you're tailoring it towards the young ones in the family or to the ones who actually have the money to buy the.
Nex Playground is for designed for kids and families, and yes, our audience of the family will have young kids, like kids 3 to 12 years old would be like our core demographic at the moment. We serve the kids. We also serve the parents. When kids go to school, we have fitness experience for the parents. And we have something for the grandparents as well, right? So we also want to have sports experience, that which we really the best sports games would be on playground because like I can actually holding a real baseball bat to play our baseball game. And we can have our bowling experiences because it's so easy to just like, track your hand movement, how you spin it, how you roll it. We can have like 90 years old playing our bowling game.
Wow.
And it's like people share like wonderful thing that they do for us. Obviously the buyer, most likely the parents, sometimes the grandparents. So the messaging is like, will be a little more like, oh, our customer have a playground would look like this. And using that as a messaging, and they're active, they're happy, they're playing games, like kids and parent bonding time, siblings, and they're active, they're happy, they're sweating. So that's kind of the core messaging that we want to kind of, how having our next playground in a home make you feel. And obviously that is for the I would say like, for kids as well. Hey, do you want to like feel like this? Do you want to have like, these play with these characters that and yeah, so that's when your if your kids like love Bluey, and do you want to be like play like the Bluey's family? And that's kind of the feel that we want to, share with our audience.
No, I like that. I like that because of the fact that it really does, what's it called? The appeal isn't to the kids or the parents. It's just to the family in general. And I feel that family is a feeling that a lot of people can empathize with. And if they don't have that feeling, then it's something they crave. And Next Playground could be something that helps them understand that, hey, it's achievable to have a nice time while resting on a Sunday morning and not just all of us be watching TV silently and not doing anything or something like that. But I love it. I love it. And in terms of you guys, is like the software that you're using with Nex and how it's able to read so well how you move your hand for bowling or batting with the bat, is that yours and proprietary only to Nex per se, David? Like, did you patent this, or is it something that is like a normal resource in gaming? I'm not even sure how to describe it because it's very techy, but it's me out of genuine curiosity just wanting to know.
So we have a stack of patterns here. So this is our stack of patterns. um, but we've been working on this problem for a very long time. Since 2017, we are one of the first that to do motion detection AI on the edge. And that's why Apple put us on stage in 2018. We were actually being put on Apple stage when they announced iPhone XS in 2018. We are amongst one of the first company actually, bring that technologies to an edge device. At that time, it's iPhone XS with the chip A12 Bionic. So we did a lot of optimization. We have been through like this. One thing that you have the technology, and now I think more people have the technology as well. But the thing is that like how we keep making it better, how we use it, and how we use it correctly. So that's actually a lot of things that basically we did over time in the last like 7-8 years. To make technology better and better and better. And when we are out there solving customer problem, there's a lot of knowledge that we have accumulated as well. And when we know, oh, these are where we should improve, then we improve over time. So I would say that we probably have the state of the art on Next Playground serving the use case. And because it's AI, so everything is software. Meaning that back in the days, we are not the first company which do motion games, right? Back in the days, you have the Wii, Nintendo Wii, you have the Microsoft Xbox Kinect, you have PlayStation Move. So everybody actually try it, but everybody no longer trying. So we coming in with a new technology, which is AI, and move everything with software, and we are able to keep improving it because we have customer using it, we have customer complaints, certain things not working well enough. And over time, over the years of effort, we just make it better and better and better. So that's the journey of creating tech and making that tech really useful. And we're happy that we spend the time and make it really well. make it really great. And we see more things we can do too. We see more things we can do, more things around the corner.
I'm just so excited right now. I want to get my hands on a Nex playground and just try it out, even though I don't have a family here. I live by myself, but I would get some friends and just try it because it sounds like so much fun. Oh my goodness. And I was going to actually ask you about AI, but now that you've mentioned that the product is so AI heavily infused with it, so that's the way you stay relevant and able to update and everything like that, I believe I understand that aspect. And David, I would also love to know, so Next, per se, how big is the company and how many people do you have helping you out with all of this project? Because it really seems like a big endeavor.
Yeah, it is like put that in as a picture. Like, if you go to Amazon today on a desktop device, if you go to any kind of gaming console or gaming category, that Amazon is merchandising Next Playground right next to PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and Next Playground. If you go through that, it's a little more like that. And we are being regarded as something that is at that level.
Okay.
And we have a little over 100 people. I think at the moment we're 110 right now.
Wow.
And that's the size of the company.
Do you guys work, or is it like a remote first company, or do you have some headquarters in, I believe I saw you guys are in Hong Kong, if I'm not mistaken?
So we are in, our headquarters is in San Jose. And in the US, we are quite distributed. So we have people in Seattle, LA, New York, North Carolina, Chicago, and a few places I cannot register right now. But we are quite spread out. But I think we have a big enough cluster. There's 20-something people in the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area. We also have a Hong Kong office. We have 2 game studio there. We have a hardware team very close to manufacturing. Our design team is in the US, but it's also spread out as well. So the hardware design, we also have a really good industrial design partner working with us. Our OS is all designed here, designed here and manufactured in at the moment Thailand.
Wow, so you guys really are all around the world, and
We are
I
over
can
the
only
place, yeah.
imagine this is I don't imagine it being any different with the idea that you've had and how you've been able to conceptualize and actually make it something real. You obviously need a hell of a team behind you to be able to help you out with that. So that is amazing, David. That is amazing. And I know that we're almost at the end of the podcast, but I did want to ask you one final question, David. And this is a bit more of a prediction on your side, just to know, what do you think playing and movement and screen time with the family will look like 5 years from now, based on what you have as a vision with Next Playground, what you know of trends? Do you have any type of I don't want to say prediction again, but any type of feeling or hunch of how things will be looking in 5 years from now?
The best physical activities should be done outdoor. You go hiking, you go swimming, you go bicycling, you go outside and play. And that probably, I would say, if you have that would be the best. But outdoor is not always accessible. Like sometimes it's too cold, sometimes it's too hot, sometimes it's too dark, sometimes it may be outside a little bit dangerous. Or you may not able to go outside because you need somebody to go out with you. So we provided that physical activities at home. And as we serve family with younger kids, we also want to be part of their growth journey as well. And we have video being shared back to us and say, like, you know what, like my kid jumped for the first time with playground. Wow. And my 6 years old playing with her 90 years old great grandma. So we play a special role for families in in the comfort of their home, bring them together, be a companion of their growth. When we think about our sports game, and when real sports is here, like the difficulty everything is here, what Next want to do is we want to build a ladder for you to basically get you more ready to play real sport. getting your body more ready, little more confidence, maybe some skills that's transferable. So we are a very vision-oriented company, and always when our customer give us the privilege to be at the center of their living room, and we want to serve the family really well, and we see this as a privilege. We see there's a lot of trust they place in Nex to do good for their families, and regardless of what kind of future trends is like, this is what we want to do. And sometimes, I want to kind of put out all my time and effort into things that never gonna change. It's not about trend. It's not about like what next. It's about like something that people want to have, for a very, very long time. Something that doesn't change. And I believe in family time, believe in kids' growth, believe in these are the things that like Nex can play a role in, and do something really, really wonderful for the families. And that's where Nex want to spend our time on. And that is how Nex would become my life's work.
I must say, David, that is just beautiful. And congratulations to what you have created, because I really empathize with your cause and how you frame it and how you explain it. I can only see a positive new family member with the Nex Playground, because I feel we're almost talking as if it's a new entity that you're bringing into your home, and it's going to help you out to make everything a lot cooler, funner, different. And I just really, really appreciate the fact that you're able to see that, and you're helping people be able to obtain that family sentiment that is so important to make sure that we keep alive. So that is amazing, man. And congratulations, humbly from my side. I feel this is an amazing company and an amazing product. I'll try to see if I'm ever in the States, if I go to Best Buy or Walmart, if I can try a Nex Playground out, because I just got to know now. David, before I let you guys go, I did want to give you the chance, before I finalize the episode, to let anybody in the audience who's listening to us know how they can find out more about Nex Playground, if they want to try it out, if they want to just look at your website to learn if it's a fit for their family. How could they go about doing that?
You can just search us, Nex Playground, NEX Playground, and you can see like our on Amazon. If you go to retail store, we are now in over 5,000 stores in US and Canada. So in US, we're in most Walmart, in nearly all Target, should be all Sam's Club, most Best Buy, and really excited about sharing our playground story with you. And yeah, so that's easy.
Amazing. Now, and then to anybody who's listening, you heard it here first. If you're curious about seeing if Nex could be your next family member that you integrate into your living room, then you can make sure to go to nextplayground.com, or just look at all these stores that David has mentioned that you could be able to find it and even use a real life demo. So with that said, David, thank you so much for being on the episode. It has been an honor, and we really appreciate your time to be able to tell us your story. So thank you very much, man.
Thank you so much.
No problem at all. And to everybody who has been listening, thank you so much for tuning in once more. I hope that you return to keep on learning from the different industries that we talk to and all the different personalities that we're learning about. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.